Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy end of Mercury retrograde. Mercury is direct. Yes, I'm sure we're still in the shadow, but whew, that was a rough Mercury retrograde. And Friday, with the full moon coming, Friday the 13th, Mercury retrograde, all of that, I was like, oh, please, Lord, keep me out of trouble. And I was okay. I did feel things start to lift and get better around Thursday, but Friday was pretty crazy. My daughter got in a little fender bender, unfortunately, and I had said, "Watch out today," but you know what can you do when these things are going to happen? They're going to happen. She's okay, her car's okay, the other person's okay, so thank goodness. But yeah, it's been crazy, and then with these drones, and everybody's talking about the drones. Now, I didn't mean to be confusing on are they UFO, alien, are they drones? Well, I feel they're both. I kind of said that in all my videos I've made that they're both. But I do feel that they're mostly from Lelon. And then I found out his brother owns a drone company. And I was like, there you go. That's what I've always gotten. But I did shuffle, but I do feel the military is looking, and I see 111 again. The military is looking into it. I feel that the aliens are trying to protect us. I do feel that some of the military is trying to protect us. But why don't they call out Lelon? Because to me, and Spirit keeps telling me it's Lelon. And you know who Lelon Lusk is, right? You know who I'm talking about. Why do they let this guy spew all his stuff into the sky when clearly he has an issue and bad intentions, in my opinion? The internet, fast internet, easy access internet ain't worth it for all of this that we're going through. And the fact that what he did to the election for entertainment purposes only, hands down, he did that, but whatever, for entertainment purposes only. Why does he have all this clearance to do these things to our skies? Anyway, I said, well, I'll pull some cards because I want to have backup for what I'm just getting intuitively. And I said, if it's Lelon, show me the magician, the megalomaniac in control of all these, his wet dream to have what is that old thing, the Orson Welles thing, to have the aliens and everybody freaks out and mass panic and pull their money out of the banks and yada 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 and buy supplies of food and build a bunker and all that type of thing. That's kind of what I feel like he wants. But there's layers upon layers of things going on here. But I asked, if it's Lelon, show me the magician. If it's the government, like the military, show me the Hierophant. And if it's Uten doing it on his own, in the country that starts with R, show me the Lovers, because that's usually my card for Uten. And I got the magician. That's Lelon. That flew out. And then I said, okay, so it's mostly Lelon. The drones are mostly Lelon. And I said, well, if he has bad intentions, as in trying to scare us, maybe trying to drug us, or trying to look at the arsenal of nuclear weapons for Uten, because I got Uten ordered it. That's what I heard intuitively. Show me the devil card, and that's what came out. I got the devil card. It's like all the above. And look how we're chained to this. We're chained to it, to his sick fantasy. Again, why does he have control over why does he have clearance over our airspace? I don't understand. Now, when I see the drones, I don't think alien. I think Greg Brady went to Ace Hardware and got some lights, and that's what I think. The kind of, again, why would intergalactic beings who work off plasma and energy and have a high frequency of energy, free energy and all that, and intuition, why would they use light bulbs? First of all, they would burn up in the atmosphere every time they enter the atmosphere. So when I see the drones, I'm like, yeah, those are drones. I don't care what they look like. I don't care what they do. They're drones. They're man-made. Now, when I see the orbs, which I've had them in my house. They woke me up 2 nights at 3 a.m., colored orbs floating around my room. Looked out the window, and then this big light flew off in the sky, triggered the neighbor's security light. Trees were shaking. And so both nights, 3 a.m., colored orbs in my room. They knew when I woke up. We had an intuitive knowledge of each other's presence. I was scared, and then I watched it all fly away. I've seen UFOs in the sky zip around. So I'm obviously a believer. I do believe I'm starseed, Pleiadian, but and I believe that most, if you're going to have open contact, it's going to be intuitive. But you know, maybe we are going to have face-to-face alien contact. But yeah, with intuitive talk. These drones are not, and they're not alien. Um, they're something else. So do I believe that I believe the government is out there watching Leland's, but why don't they call him out? That's the thing. Why don't they call him out? I do believe that Putin ordered it to scare us and look at our nuclear arsenal, like in New Jersey. So again, there's layers. I couldn't sit here and say it's this, it's that, it's black, it's white. It's not. It's a whole bunch of stuff going on. But I can tell you this: the orbs, and if you feel intuitively that you're seeing an intergalactic being, then you probably are. Now, some people say the plasmoids, like I posted pictures, are from some energy plant. That's okay, whatever. But I know that I've had years ago that I had an alien interaction with the orbs, and very much like spiritual orbs that I see all the time that you've seen on my videos. It's kind of the same energy, same substance. It's very intuitive, energetic, its own light. So am I scared? No, I'm not scared. I don't think anybody should be scared. I'm more scared of the crap going on with the Project 2.25 because it's just so maniacal and horrible. That scares me, but I'm not scared of ghosts. I'm not scared of it. I'm not scared of dying, but I'm just like, and I'm not really scared of anything, but I'm very sort of downhearted about the things with the MAGA and Republicans right now. But I'm not scared of aliens or any. I'm ready for open contact. come contact me. I've already intuitively connected with the Pleiadians many times, and I've had them fly through my house and had the energetic arc and the lights flicker and all that stuff. So no, I'm not afraid. And nobody should be afraid. When I see these videos of like a car parking lot full of cars with the lights flashing, like someone energetically set it off, and then they had this audio of someone's car radio transmitting really funky James Cameron Abyss like alien sounds. And I think, I just don't think that is the aliens. I think that that's Leland. I think it's Leland messing with us. And maybe it's some nuclear energy stuff from his drones. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? But I'm not scared. And I don't think anybody else should be scared. I think that it's amazing that people are seeing this right now. And I feel like it could very well, what I talked about last week, that Biden could enact the whatever presidential war thing where he stays in office because, hello, we're in crazy chaos. Crazy times. Here's what I think. I think that we got so out of control and Leland messed with our elections for entertainment purposes only and opened the door for this hellscape of Trump and others of these horrible things they have planned to ruin America, which essentially would ruin humanity. And I think that there are aliens coming around. It's not the drones, it's these orb things, lights. And I think they are coming around to heal us, as I've said before. I think they're coming around to protect us, like they have with Ukraine. And I think they're trying to reset our energy, our minds, to get back in the game, our timeline. I feel like we've gone through another timeline shift here just recently, and for the better. And that things are going to start moving forward. That's what I feel. And the aliens are here. I do feel that. So hopefully I haven't made it sound like, oh, it's not aliens. I do feel that. I just feel like the drones aren't. I feel those are Leland and some are military. It's like with Leland Lusk. I wanted to say his normal name because it's weird enough as it is, but YouTube is creepy. Oh, here's something. there was a story about Leland that I had left on my laptop. And you know how my laptop died? Which is kind of sus, right? Because I wrote up the whole thing about how what he did to the election. And my computer just died. And then weeks go, almost a month goes by, and I get the new charging port, and I get it working again. Still not great because I need a new battery. But anyway, go on the internet, and one of the pages I had opened from last month was a story about Leland and his $1 million pack giveaway before the election, which was one of his ways to help steal the election in Erie, Pennsylvania. And the people knew, they signed up, they were actors in his game, and it was all a fake thing. Anyway, the story said story not available anymore, but at the top, the line where you type in the website address for the story still said the title, but the story itself had been removed. And you know, after the election, maybe I will say election, maybe that'll help the algorithm. Right after, I went to the AI tarot reading, which I've done, and I said, did Leland steal this election? And I just saw 1111. And it said, no answers available. We do not recognize that request. And so I wrote something else, similar but different, and it would not take anything about the election. I'm telling you, they're already messing with, from even election night, they've already messed with YouTube, with Google and the internet. And people say, oh, you can trust Google. What are you crazy? And I'm like, no, I'm not crazy. I'm just very observant. And I've already noticed that they are wiping things off the internet from just a month ago. And we're supposed to go, oh, I guess that didn't happen because Google says it didn't happen. It didn't exist. No, that's why you have to be vigilant. This is Fahrenheit 451 right now. We have to remember. We have to keep it in our brains because they're going to gaslight us. They already have. They've already changed the timelines. And okay, so here's something else. Okay, keep my brain. See, as I said that, my brain lost everything right there. So, okay, I'm going to stay in it. Headlines and that disappeared in Google and AI tarot reading and everything else. And okay, Biden, let me say, I was going to say intuitively, how's Biden doing? Let me take a look at I'm going to look at Biden. How is Biden doing? What is he thinking about all this? I think that he knows that he'll have to make a statement soon. I feel like he's thinking, God darn it. It is the holidays. I just want to chill with my babe, his wife, Jill, and just enjoy these last few chaotic days of being in the office. But it's heavy on him because he knows he can't do that. He knows that there's chaos ahead. And as I was walking Kjorn this morning, I thought, I bet you we're going to have another insurrection. Because when they announce that they're going to have to audit the election, because I think they're going to have to, and Biden's going to have to announce that, as well as he's going to have to talk about all this alien, the drone, and everything else. It's heavy on him. He just wants to chill, but he knows he can't. He knows that he's not going to just be able to relax for Christmas and after, because he has to talk about this and talk about the audits. Because clearly, just like in Romania, we had something happen that was illegal with our voting for entertainment purposes only. So he can't just chill with his babe by the Christmas tree, and he has to put on that suit again and talk in front of the cameras. And I think there's going to be another insurrection for entertainment purposes only, because when the MAGA people, who are clearly in a cult still and haven't gotten out of the cult, they are going to lose their mind a little bit, I think. So I'll leave it at that. So it's heavy on him. Now, Kamala, how's Kamala feeling? I feel like she's still shocked and saddened by what happened, that she was robbed. And have I told you the story after, they stole this from her? They clearly did. Temporarily. I thought of the time when I was like 12 or something, and I got invited to a Halloween party. And my friend, kind of a friend, but we were in like 5th, 6th, 7th grade together. I can't remember what grade it was, junior high. and moderately friends, right, in the same classroom. She invited me to her Halloween party Friday night, that beautiful October, the dusk, you go, the leaves are crisp on the ground, and it was out in the country. And I meticulously put together a black cat costume with a leotard, a black leotard, and black stockings, and a tail that my sister and I had made and pinned on the back, and ears, and I painted on the whiskers and the cat and the eyes and all that stuff. And I go, and it was like, oh, your costume is great. And it was a costume contest. And now the boys that were invited, that were from our class, they came in like one guy had a football outfit, and one guy was dressed like a mummy or something. And it was good. But everybody came up to me and said, "We love your costume. We think you're going to win." And then they had voting. So my friend's sisters took me up to their bedroom upstairs. We watched TV for a while, and they said, "We think you're going to win. We love your costume." So I started to get like my hopes up. I thought maybe I am going to win. This is amazing. I've always felt like Charlie Brown, the female Charlie Brown, like I'll never win nothing. so, so then the voting's down, and we go downstairs, and whisper, whisper, and the boy with the football the store bought, no effort needed, nothing. He just put on a store bought costume that his parents bought for him. He won. And I thought, what happened? I was robbed. I was robbed. And some of the girls came up to me and said, "We think that you should have won." But but the boys said that they would be upset if, this is literally what they said. I'm not making this up. They said to me, the boys said they would be upset if you won because you were not as cool as them or popular or something like that. And I remember thinking, well, that's horrible, and that is not fair. It's not fair. Okay, long story short. So when Kamala, quote unquote, lost, I thought, it's that same old story of everybody coddling the boys because the boys were going to get upset when they didn't win the costume contest at the Halloween party. And the boys were going to be upset if they couldn't win the election, right? They're going to get real upset and cause trouble. And 45 all this time, I'm going to cause trouble, and they're going to cheat. The Dems are going to cheat. And there's no way she could win. And so to avoid making 45 and his crew upset, we just handed him the election, like right there on election night, like 1 hour in, like literally 1 hour in. We won. It just reminded me of that same feeling. And I feel like Kamala has that feeling that I had, a whole other level, but of being cheated and coddling the men. Like if the men had lost, they would have lost their mind. But the women are so used to just giving in and accepting defeat, like Hillary did, right? She lost gracefully. And, in a way, I kind of wish Kamala had just been like, "You mother effing sons of bitch. I'm going to scream. I'm going to stand here, and I'm going to be a Karen, and I'm going to scream, and I'm going to..." No, she didn't do that. I feel like we should have done that. And I feel like recently we've been under the poppies effect, like in Wizard of Oz. Poppies, where the witch is like sprinkling stuff over the crystal ball, and then Dorothy and everyone fall asleep. And we've just been so complacent and quiet and patiently waiting with our hands together. And instead, we should be effing pissed, because clearly this was stolen. And it's connected to Leland and Uten for entertainment purpose only, but we know it is. And so I think she's hurt and upset, but I do think there's a glimmer of hope, and I think that President Biden is about to announce something, an audit. I do believe that. I do. But if not, forever hold your peace. And look what, I just can't believe that Biden, with all he's done to help Ukraine and to save democracy in Ukraine, and all the things he's done for us otherwise, like the CHIPS Act and everything, that he's just going to let it all in equal rights, and even today being pushed to ratify equal rights, that he would just walk away and say, "Well, you're on your own now. I hope you guys will be okay." No, I just don't think it's in him to do that. And I've seen Beau from the other side guiding him and saying, "Okay, here's what you're going to do, and here's what you're going to do this here, and this here's what happened, and blah, 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 and fight. We have our own fight." And remember, Kamala said, and I heard someone say this today, Kamala said, "When we fight, we win." I don't think it's in her or Biden to just walk away and say, "Well, you guys will be fine." I do think that there's going to be an announcement because there should be. There should be. This isn't poor sportsmanship. This was we were robbed. If you were in a baseball game and you saw the other team cheating the whole time, and then at the end they said, "We won, we won." Do you think it's okay to just say, "Whatever, I'll be a good sport," and then every time you have to play them, you know that you're gonna have to say they won, and you're gonna watch them cheat the whole time. You wouldn't want to play them anymore, right? You would say, "No, I'm not playing that team. They cheat." Um, it's like that. I mean, let's just admit it. Let's just admit it. Anyway, I'll move off that topic, but I do think there will be an announcement. I do think there's an audit. I don't think this is just going to go away and they're just going to walk away and everything's fine. I think that, and let's look how quiet 45 is. He's definitely in a place of, I can't say that, I can't say this, I can't say, and also look how quiet Leland is right now. As soon as these drones started to show up, Leland disappeared and he's super quiet. That is suspicious too. It's like if you've ever had little kids and they're, you're busy all day taking care of them, and then they're real quiet for a while and you're like, "Oh, I've got some time here to myself." And no, that's when they're getting in trouble. Every parent knows that if your kid is quiet, that's because they're getting in trouble. So that's how I feel about Leland. This is all, I feel like I'm channeling this right now. This is intuitive. So let me recap. I feel there will be an audit. I feel it's coming soon. Biden's going to have to put on that suit and he's not going to have to get, and I feel there's going to be another insurrection. I do. It's insurrection season. And all for entertainment purposes only. I do feel that, and I heard that intuitively, Uten ordered these drones with Leland. Leland and his brother and his drone company have been planning. This is a sick, wet dream that he has. Oh, in the spring. I want to talk about the spring thing. Now, I've seen cloud seeding, I'll say, and I'll get the little wording under my video, conspiracy theory. I've seen it for years. So if anybody says right now that it's new, no, it's not new. It's just that everybody's currently looking at the sky all of a sudden. They've been spraying. Now, there's contrails, yes, and there's persistent contrails that I feel affect the weather, because if the sky turns white and you are going to have a nice sunny day and the sky turns white and that dims the sun and now it's cold and that affects the weather, that affects the weather. But beyond that, listen, Dubai does cloud seeding. It's the truth. GMA had a report, about 2 Aprils ago, that showed how they're doing cloud seeding in America, and they showed the exact planes and process. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's fact now. We have chemlawns. We also have chem frails. I'll call them chem frails, but they'll still put the warning under my video. I've seen it for years. And you know what? In 2016, when Trump won the first time, which quotation marks, that's when I saw them, because I saw a plane going back and forth over me as I was walking my dog, and I was like, why is that plane doing that? And I noticed that the trails stayed all day and created a haze, and for days after, we had a white haze, and people would say, it's a sunny day, and I'm like, no, there's a white haze, there's no sun. That's weird. I would call it slight, because it was silver sunlight. Oh, that's a conspiracy theory. Okay, I'll shut up about it. But see, now people are noticing. People are noticing that there's a weird stuff going on in the sky. Finally. That's all I can say. Finally. Finally, people are noticing. And maybe we can do something about it. Because I've always been very upset about this whole thing. And anyway, one of my fears is, what if they were to spray sedatives on us, like poppies, and make us all complacent and all... Have you been sleepy lately? Let me ask you that. Have you guys been like super tired here in America, especially? Like so tired that coffee doesn't work? You take a nap, you wake up, you're still tired, and it's like 3 p.m. I have. And I think there's something to that. I think that when they don't want us to see stuff in the sky, you know what? But that's very conspiracy theory for entertainment purposes only. It's just a thing that I kind of have always felt and noticed a pattern. And again, if you smell that weird garlic smell or the sewer smell and they're spraying and you've got a big old trail over you, put a mask on, honestly. Whatever. I hate talking about it because it is one of those things where people tune you out and they're like, you're crazy. Whatever. I don't think the world's ready yet. Um, but one thing I do know, and I can talk confidently about, is that these drones are most likely from Leland and some from the government. And it has a lot to do with nuclear monitoring, which I always, and our energy, other energy things in America. And that's what those spy balloons were too. It's the same, and it's also encroaching our space and seeing how much they can get by with. And we also have aliens. And you know what? When Bashar said that the female president would lead us into first contact, and we have aliens flying around, hey, she did win. So he was right. And I thought that today and I got chills. She did win. And I don't think that the aliens are going to let us do Project 2.25 and all the other horrible things and blow each other up. I really don't think they're going to let us do that. So I'm actually really happy that they're here. I welcome contact. I would love to see and have more alien interaction. But we're aliens flying around in space right now too. So it's just something to think about. Anyway, thanks for listening to my video. I know it got kind of crazy. Thanks for being here, and I wish everyone the best. Don't be afraid. As I said last time, the light is within. No one can dim your light. And when you raise your frequency, you do match that of the intergalactic beings and the angelic beings in the spiritual realm. It's all about the energy, and energy matches energy. So if you keep your frequency high, you keep your heart open, then that's exciting. And keep on the good timeline. Like, remember what I said, stay on the good timeline. And if you feel any negative energy come around you, say return to sender, like with Uten and others. And it's going to be okay. We're not alone. Thanks for watching.